Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Ceci.
And I'm Angela.
And we are the hosts of the Bravo Docket.
The Bravo Docket is a chart-topping podcast that you can listen to understand what is actually going on in the lawsuits that are making the headlines. Ceci and I are two practicing attorneys who take our experience and knowledge of the law and apply it to the lawsuits and legal issues involving your favorite celebrities.
Every hour-long episode covers the facts, the law, and the legal tea. People have questions and we answer them. From things like Todd and Julie Chrisley's sentencing to why a trending celebrity was sued. We use our knowledge and experience to help you understand what happened. We explain it all.
So check us out everywhere podcasts are streaming for facts, fun, and Law 101.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Okay, the name of the podcast is Fat Mascara. Obviously, we, the hosts, get asked all the time about false eyelashes, how to apply them, what's the trick? I mean, they are hard. But you know what I'm doing from now on, Jess? I'm just going to point the people to Impress Press-On Falsies. They're so much easier. You don't even need to learn tricks and steps. They're so easy.
Forget tricks. You don't even need glue, Jen. No glue is needed thanks to Impress's innovative breakthrough pre-bonded technology. You just pop the little lash clusters underneath your natural lashes in one easy step. Just press them, and then go. Each starter kit includes a nonstick applicator tool and 20 clusters in both medium and long lengths.
And there's different styles, natural, voluminous, spiky. Get one that's right for you. Get yours today at impressfalsies.com/fatmascara and use the code FATMASCARA to receive 25% off all Impress Falsies press-on products. That's impressfalsies.com/fatmascara and make sure to use the code FATMASCARA at checkout. Now everyone can lash.
All right, everyone, when Ritual came to us and said, we want to connect with your audience, we had a Fat Mascara Summit. We said, we're going to need some more information. And boy, did they ever come through.
That's right, they did. Ritual makes amazing supplements. Their new one called Hyacera. I did the research for you. Actually, they did all the research and then I reviewed it very closely. This is a new supplement that helps deal with the gradual loss of hyaluronic acid that happens to all of us as we age. That's why your skin gets drier, less supple, that crepey feeling that you don't love. Well, meet Hyacera, a once daily supplement from Ritual designed to promote skin support from within with clinically proven ingredients to minimize wrinkles after 90 days. So this is how they do that. There's two ingredients in there, Ceretique and Hyabest. In a clinical study done by an independent research lab, Ceretique proved to help reduce wrinkles and fine lines in 90 days. And then Hyabest significantly improved skin luster and suppleness. Are you feeling lustrous and supple, Jess?
Very. And you know what else I love, Jen? They are very easy to take. They don't have that big chalky sensation.
No, they go down easy and they're vanilla scented. Great skin, easy supplement taking. What else is there? So you can enhance your skincare routine. You use your topical, sure, but this is the inside out way to get better skin with a once daily capsule, and it's from Ritual.
Reduce wrinkles without compromising on clean science. Hyacera from Ritual is a skin supplement you can actually trust. Ritual is offering our listeners 30% off during your first month. Visit ritual.com/mascara to start Ritual or add Hyacera to your lineup today.
That's right, ritual.com/mascara.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, welcome to Fat Mascara.
Hi. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jess. Wait, that's weird. I'm Jen. Hi, Jess. She's Jess. Hi.
I think it's okay either way.
It is. It is a tough time in the world right now. I think you all know this, but we record usually a couple days in advance of when the podcast comes out. So if you're listening to us last week and you're like, not even acknowledging the state of the world, the war in Israel and Gaza going on, and all of the loss there, that's not because we weren't aware of it. You can't be a human and not aware of what's going on. It's just we had recorded before all that happened. So this week has been really rough for everyone in the world. We hope you and your loved ones are handling it the best that you can, and that the people that you know and love in those areas, if you have them, are safe. Jess and I here have been checking in on our loved ones, and you're part of that,
each other.
We're checking in on you.
Yeah. It's an uncomfortable and awkward time to get along with like business as usual, but we did want to put out the show for you. And
We did.
Yeah. So if it feels cool and comfortable to listen to this, stay with us. And we'll try to keep on keeping on. But yeah, we are thinking of everyone out there right now. So, Jen.
Here we are in the stewed.
In the stew.
How's your week going?
Trying to take care of my family, and I'm just working and doing my thing. I was out and about this week, Jen. Out and about. Yes.
I'm happy for you.
Yes, I was out and about.
Anyone with a 3-year-old will understand why that is,
yes, exactly.
is a thing.
I put on my best. I did go to a very fancy pants beauty event the other day.
Tell me.
Yes.
Why wasn't I invited?
Exactly. Talk about feeling a bit kind of strange this week, getting my nicest stuff out. I went to go see Victoria Beckham. She called. She said, look, I'm launching a fragrance.
Posh called you?
Posh called me, yeah.
Oh, we know about her fragrance. You shared that with us on the news.
Yeah, we talked about her fragrances the other day.
Did you tell about the line extensions that we wanted to add to her fragrance line for our own relationships? Well, did that not come up?
Well, God, I'm like a dog with a bone. When I did talk to her for a few minutes, I asked her, because she was saying how much she loves New York. And she was like, I love it here. I figured she had a place in New York. I don't know. Because she was like, I love it here. She's like, I love the vibe. I'm not going to torture you with a fake British accent. But she said, I love the vibe. And she, by the way, the event was in the most amazing space. It's the Stephen Weiss Gallery, which is Donna Karen's late husband's beautiful gallery. Just absolutely stunning space in the West Village. So, of course, she loves the vibe. It was an amazing, gorgeous night. And she was like, I love it here. I want to be here. So what would your scent be in New York? What's your great New York memory? And I feel like I stumped her. And I was like, I'm such a jerk. She's having a great time at her own party. All these people are here to see her. Wait, and I'm like,
do you remember? This literally happened last time you talked to Victoria Beckham.
Oh, I was
there.
Jerk.
This was no, you weren't a jerk. You asked her a really good question. I forget what it was. I literally have a picture.
Nobody's going to invite me to their parties anymore.
Do you remember this? I have a picture of the two of you, and your face is inquisitive, and she's looking perturbed because she's really thinking hard.
Yeah,
and it was a conversation. Do you remember? It was a conversation stopper. It's like Jess goes into podcasting mode regardless, and so do I. I start asking people about their life story when they just want to talk about the weather. She's like, I don't know. I just this is what you say when you come to New York.
She's like, nice to meet you. No,
this is so funny. The intimacy you've created with Victoria over the years, she's like, this redhead lady again with the questions.
Listen, it was about her fragrances.
I actually think it's a great question.
But she said she liked New York. She said she should
tell me about Central Park in the spring, or down by the wharf in the salty air, maybe fall leaves.
I figured she had a favorite hotel.
Roasting chestnuts near Radio City Hall. A hotel. Yeah, I could think of 10,000 smells. I don't know. So clearly she didn't have an answer for you. So we have no exclusive on that for the Fat Mascara fam. We'll ban you from all her future parties.
I'm no longer invited. No, we did have a nice chit chat.
That's good.
And she looked great. And it was definitely the most glamorous, fabulous event I've been to in a long time. And I do think there'll be more fragrances from her. And I wouldn't be surprised if I saw one from New York.
Well, maybe you inspired her and she was like, there was this beauty director at the event who mentioned to me New York. And then she and David need to come up with a New York scent, perhaps. You better get some residuals.
I cannot believe
I
forgot about that other one where I was probably like, Victoria.
I got to go back. I think I made notes, or even we might have even talked about it on the podcast.
If there was a dinner party and you could only invite one guest,
it was a question like that. It was a good question. It wasn't completely off topic. But I think some people, when they go out, and this happens with regular people too, not just celebrities. And I don't want to be at this party. They get into the rut of that conversations that you're like, ugh, I've had this conversation with 50 people. Like the parents at the school, and let's talk about the weather, blah, 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 moving on. I am all about conversing with people, but bringing something new to the table. Don't come up to me at a cocktail party and ask me what I do for a living. I love when people come up with a completely random question. Try to be that person.
Well, I don't know. It depends on the question, right?
Yeah, of course. But also if it's a conversation stopper, if it's a real person, like it'll make a laugh and then you'll maybe bond over that. And if they're not interesting, you'll move on. But try and play along.
Sometimes you ever like meet someone and they give you a question and you're like, so lovely to meet you. I think like,
oh, Jess, all the time. Because I go to a lot of events and deal with corporate executives and I feel like they expect people to just do the script and I never do the script. I'll be like,
well, what do you mean?
Oh, how are you doing? How's business? Whatever. How's your family? Like all the basics. And I like to throw a crazy question there. The CEOs always get blindsided by it. I feel like they're so about presenting this thing to the world.
They have a large asset to protect.
And I'm talking about business events, I guess, where I guess I just throw people off a little bit. But it even happens we're about to go into family season where you're going to be seeing your family and or party season.
Yeah.
It's happened to me so many times that I'm like, I don't care if you feel uncomfortable with my question. Like, you're a human, I'm a human. It's not like, how many times did you pee today? Like, I'm not going to like walk up with something gross, but I might try and be.
You like to keep it interesting. You keep it peppy.
Like if we had the same script for every person that came on Fat Mascara as an interviewee, how boring would our show be?
Well, we do save that script for some people.
Fat Mascara 5. Other than Fat Mascara 5.
we do have our copy and paste or plug and play for if we're late.
Oh, this is a good, I want to throw it out to the audience. Like, what's the question you like to ask people at a party to like get to know people better or just give them that game or that kind of thing? Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to put that on the Instagram.
That's a good one.
Times like this, you just want to connect with other humans. I found out the lady at my wine store yesterday, she's a painter. She sells wine now, whatever.
Cool.
She was an intern at the CIA. I literally had a 2-minute conversation and I know her life story. I forget what I asked her, but somehow it got to that very quickly.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Also, who knew the CIA had interns?
I mean, I'd imagine.
That she's telling me might be why she didn't get an agent.
Yeah, I was about to say
know.
discretion feels like the price of entry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you got to catch up with her, though. And you smelled all those scents in person that you told us about the other day. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, my God. Wait, hold on.
Ysidro Drive?
Ysidro, yes.
Yeah, I figured.
For
that's
sure.
The vibe I would get from you.
There's not even a question. And that's the one that's like, her and David and the family were all in LA. That to me is the best one.
That's great.
But yeah, it was cool. Really nice event.
I've been working hard this past couple weeks. I will be kind of till the end of the year with that podcast. But so I haven't gone out much. But what I did, inspired by Fat Mascara's last episode, Priscilla Ono, which she's such a delight. I felt so gross afterwards because I haven't washed my makeup brushes in
2 years.
How many? How long?
I said 2 years.
That was what I was going to guess.
Okay.
2 years.
I feel like I know you well. I was going to say, 2 years.
When's the last time you watched your makeup brushes?
Probably 6 months ago.
That's better. That's a lot better than me.
Okay. But I don't use all of them daily. There's some that I probably haven't used in 6 months.
Right, correct. But I had also gotten a pimple recently, which is weird because I haven't had a pimple in a long time. And she pointed out, every time you're brushing your face with a non-washed makeup brush, you're like brushing sebum, dirt, bacteria back onto your face. And I was like, oh yeah.
Lovely.
So I went deep. It took hours. I got out the Cinema Secrets, which she recommended. Yeah. That stuff works. I'm afraid it might be like turpentine secretly because it was like the things coming out of these brushes. It was like bowls and bowls of solid pigment that it like dissolved. And it was, wow, Jen, like, come on. I'm very clean about my house and everything. My makeup brushes for some reason were disgusting. And now they're really fun to use again.
Well, it's also like a very therapeutic, meditative activity.
Do you know what? Eric said to me, he's watching me do this and he's like, why don't you go relax? I was like, this is the most relaxing thing I could be doing right now. I wish I could crochet or I need something to do with my hands. If I'm not walking, I need what's a craft I can do if I'm not crafty? I like cooking. I like chopping and cooking. That's what it is. But washing these brushes to me was so soothing and it really helped me just take my brain out of work in the world. So anyway, if you're not feeling great, I'm going to tell you right now, go spend an hour cleaning your makeup brushes and
put on a podcast.
Put on a podcast.
Or some music, whatever feels good to you.
Soak them in some Cinema Secrets. None of this baby shampoo. I'm sorry. If you can get foundation out of your brush with baby shampoo, then that should not be going on a baby's head.
That is a very fair point.
Remember that tip? Baby shampoo? No.
Yeah. No, it's not strong enough.
You have to get brush cleaner, and it is absolutely worth the money. I recommend Perry & Spirit or Cinema Secrets. So good. You dip the bristles in, squeeze out the excess liquid, and then brush them on the paper towel until they get clear. There you go. Hot tip in the intro before we even got into the news. Which I think we should do, actually. Shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. I swear I got taken over by the Jess Matlin spirit for this news. It was like
Oh
thing
God, I'm
after
so
thing. I was
sorry.
like, should I talk about this? I was like, Jess would love this. Jess would love this. So anyway,
Oh.
I'm really excited for you to be on the listening end of my news segment.
I'm really excited.
No, I want to catch everybody up on what's been going on. This is actually tying together last week's conversation on scent sampling. Remember we were talking about scent strips.
Oh, yeah. Story of my life.
And sustainability, which is like a common story I want to always talk about, sustainable scent sampling. So LuxPack just wrapped in Monaco. That's like one of the big conferences where all the beauty companies go to see like what kind of luxurious packaging they can buy.
Oh my God, I need to go. I want to go.
I would die. Like if they're not doing custom packaging, as you guys have learned in the past few, actually this fall we've talked about that a bit. If they're doing off the shelf kind of, these are the companies that make it and they present to all the beauty brands. Well, every year that they've done this one, they do this thing called the Green Awards, which is luxury packaging innovation that is more sustainable. So the winner this year, I might get how to pronounce this wrong, Ep.506. So remember how you asked me about, remember the little foil pouches with the gel perfume inside, which was like the new scent sampling? I'll one-up that. We've got a 100% paper perfume sample solution. That's what took the prize. This Ep.506 thing is plastic and aluminum free. They're little fragrance labels with the picture of the bottle on the top. You peel it back, the scent's inside, but it's made of paper. The whole thing
How they
recycles.
do that without it like
I have
being
no
soggy?
idea. Actually, it's kind of fascinating, right? Compostable, biodegrades in 154 days.
Oh my God.
No little foil that's going to be here till like your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren. Just a little paper packet. I want every fragrance brand to go buy Ep.506 from whoever made it. I can't remember the company's name, but it's very cool.
Ep.506.
Ep.506.
That sounds great.
I'll put a link. Actually, our new intern, Emma, will put a link. She's working with us. Hopefully she'll get on the show soon and we'll chat with her.
Thank you, Emma.
Yeah, she'll be doing that on the website. Okay. It's time for Halloween. How are we going to celebrate? With Shadow Self perfumes. Things are about to get witchy. Okay, Lily McGonigal over at Dazed Beauty wrote about an interesting trend in perfume. People using scent to, quote, access the darker recesses of their psyche. So they're using perfumes not just to attract, but to repel. So this is all based on the theories of Jung, the psychiatrist, the Swiss guy. Everybody knows Jung. We all went to Psych 101. He wanted people to explore their shadow self. Well, now perfumers want that to happen too. So James Elliott is the nose behind the fragrance house Filigree and Shadow. And he pulled up a reference that I was like, I bet you Jess Matlin knows who this is. If not, you'll want to. Do you know who Laurie Cabot is?
I don't.
Okay, well, she's a high priestess of American witchcraft. She's 90. She lives in Salem, Massachusetts. And she once famously wrote that wearing a pentacle around your neck was like an added charm of protection, you know, because so many people fear what they don't know and they see this
I definitely wore like a pentacle for like
Yes.
a year or two in my life. Okay, but keep going.
Guess what? What is fragrance if not a charm? So if you put on a fragrance that people don't know, it's showing off your shadow self, but it's also protecting you and your spirit. How do you feel about this, Jess Matlin?
This locks in with a lot of things I've been thinking about.
I thought so too. Boundaries helps give you boundaries. But okay, how do we explore our shadow self? I'm sorry, a tuberose isn't going to cut it, right?
No.
To you, it's different for everyone. And I have a couple examples from the article of fragrances. They're not always meant to attract. Sometimes they're meant to repel or protect. When you think shadow self, like what scent would you go with?
I'm not going to tell you.
I bet you'd go with baby diapers jasmine. Or what's the flower you always say smells like baby diapers to you? If it's too
Jasmine.
strong. Like a really strong jasmine. Like super strong. But here's what people are going with. So Filigree and Shadow, they have a fragrance called Laughing with a Mouthful of Blood. Notes of banana, cola bubblegum, pineapple, linden blossom, cedar, cotton, leather, oud tobacco. Interesting. Etat Libre, you know that brand. They do some very interesting things. Etat Libre d'Orange. The scent is called, I'm going to butcher this. My French listeners, I'm sorry. Herman à mes côtés, ma parison ombre. black pepper, incense, and patchouli. Serge Lutens, vitriol. How do you say carnation in French? It's basically translates to angry carnation. Carnations are a little...
They're spicy.
Yeah, there's something going there that's a little bit... So it has carnation, but then pepper and cloves. And this is thought to be one of those kind of shadow self protective scents. Another one, Sombre by Strangers Parfumerie.
Mm-hmm.
Notes of champagne, mold, sweat, and vomit.
Wow.
Yeah. So this idea is basically, and I think it probably came from TikTok a little bit because people are getting really into shadow self on TikTok, but using perfume sort of not that traditional way we were talking about love and attraction, or not for comfort, but for protection and exploring the dark side of yourself. Do you like that?
Very much.
I thought you might. All right, from that beautiful witchy craft fabulousness, I'm going to take you to a science corner. This is big news. You know I like to keep you guys up to date on skin cancer and protecting yourself from skin cancer. Dermatologists love this as well. Big news in the skin cancer world. Non-melanoma skin cancer is now known to be causing a greater number of deaths than melanoma. And I know you've heard this in the past where people are like, oh, it's just this type of cancer. It's not melanoma, thank God. Well, guess what? At the European Academy of Dermatology and Venerology Congress last week, they presented a new study that showed actually these non-melanoma skin cancers are causing more deaths than the more deadly, in the past thought of as more deadly melanoma skin cancer. So they used World Health Organization data, and I think they were last year they were looking at was 2020, and there were 63,700 deaths worldwide from non-melanoma. That's not the deadly one. So I think we need to stop thinking about skin cancer as like, oh, the deadly one and the not deadly one. It's not good. It's not good. And the lead author, Professor Thierry Passeron, he's in Nice, France, he said, we have to get the message out. And so that's why I'm saying this, because I'm trying to get the message out with Fat Mascara, that not only melanoma can be fatal, but non-melanoma skin cancers as well. It's crucial to note that individuals with melanin-rich skin are also at risk because they looked at countries where a lot of people have more melanated skin. Same thing. A lot of people are dying from skin cancer, and they don't need to be. Go get your skin check. Get your skin check.
It doesn't take long. I went and it took like 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, go get your skin check. Okay, lastly, for some local news, I have a crime caper.
A crime? Okay, you had me with caper.
Yes. Let's go to Binbrook, Ontario, in Canada, the home of the Mousse Hair Salon. Mousse like the hair styling foam, M-O-U-S-S-E. It opened earlier this year. Well, the owner, Lisa Guimond, recently placed a fabulous addition in the front of the salon. On the lawn, she bought a 6-foot-tall fiberglass mousse, an M-O-O-S-E mousse. To bring people into Mousse Hair Salon, she got a mousse. I love it, Lisa. I'm really proud of you.
It's very camp. I like it.
It's going to attract people. We got a little wordplay in there. We got a big old mousse on the front yard. This is great. Well, now we have a crime to solve. On Thursday, October 12th, the mousse was stolen. There are reports that a group of...
Does she have a Ring camera?
No, but I have some clues for our listeners up in Ontario if they want to get on the case. A black pickup truck was seen leaving the scene of the crime with teenagers in the back. We cannot confirm that the mousse was in the truck. A 6-foot-tall mousse. I don't know how they did see it, but whatever. However, this is the clue I have for you. And Lisa needs your help, everyone. She needs help getting her mousse, the animal, back to her mousse for hair.
I need to know where you found this. I need to know the keywords.
Well, she told a reporter at CHCH News, that's the local news channel, that she's a small business owner, and this was a big blow to her. So, all right, true crime podcast is not what we're doing, but guess what? Who wants to help Lisa get back her mousse at Mousse Hair Salon in Binbrook, Ontario?
And then if you solve it, we invite you to... let us know how you
Special
solved
episode.
it.
I will edit together and produce you your own true crime mini podcast.
Yeah,
so
a segment of how you solved it.
While you're out there trying to find this mousse for Lisa, maybe just like record us some voice memos on your phone so that we'll have something to work with. You've seen that show.
Yeah, we want to know
Selena
how
Gomez.
you solved it. Yeah, and we can edit it in.
True
we can
crimes
patch it
in the build. No, what is it called? No murders in the building.
Only Murders.
Only Murders in the Building.
It's on my queue, guys.
No, you know what, Jess? I watched it. It's every time I watch it, I'm like, Selena Gomez is a delight. Steve Martin's a delight.
You don't like Martin Short?
He's literally the best part of the show. 100% the best part of the show. And yet somehow it doesn't come together for me. I think they're all great, but it doesn't come together for me.
It doesn't come together for you? I mean, people really like it.
People love true crime. That's why I wanted to end with a true crime caper from Canada and a hair salon owner. Get on it, people.
Is it weird? I feel badly for the plastic moose being taken away. I don't know.
He's
I feel
fiberglass.
badly.
You should feel badly for him. He had a nice new home in a beautiful grass patch in front of Lisa's hair salon.
Yeah, I know it's not real, but there's something sad about it.
He could be in a barn, hidden under a thing. Also, I don't know what's going on there, but what did whoever take it plan to do with him? It's not like you can just bring that inside your home, a 6-foot tall fiberglass moose.
They probably threw it in like a ditch or like in a pond or something. Like they've probably been
like, I hope it wasn't
teenagers.
kids. I don't know. That seems like a cool thing to have. I don't know. But that's why we got to get to the bottom of this. So I'm leaving you with that. That's your local news. Help out, Lisa. Find the moose for her moose.
Okay. Oh my God. Jen, I love when I'm going to a wedding and I know that the people getting married are using Zola.
Yes. And you know right away because the save the date's there. It's all easy. I just went to a wedding. The couple used Zola and they even had a registry for like a no-fee cash fund. But they said in the little description that they were going to use the money to put together a garden in their new home. So I felt like I was like part of building their home together. And another good thing about Zola, if you're a guest, you don't have to bug them with all your questions. How annoying when you were a bride. When everybody was like, texting you 2 days before, where am I supposed to be when? What time is this? What should I wear? If you use Zola, it's all there for them.
Oh my gosh, the details of like the bus and the hotel and I can't. I was just go to the website. You could say just go to the website. Thank you, Zola. I love that it also allows you to browse the couple's wedding website and learn about their personal story, maybe how they met, introduction to the wedding party. Super cute. I'm sorry, but I love that stuff.
Listen, when you're getting married, it's not just about the big day. It's about all the days along the way. And Zola's here for all of them. Start planning at Zola.com. That's Zola.com. Again, Zola.com. Make your life easier. Make your guest's life easier. It's great.
Okay, everyone, it is time to raise the wand, and I am really excited to share our latest pick from listener Danielle from Philly, or the Philly Burbs.
Hi, Jen and Jess. This is Danielle from the Philly suburbs. I'm calling about an amazing raise a wand that I just discovered at Target. It's a reed diffuser, and it smells so luxury. It's $10. And my favorite scent is the cedarwood one. They have a whole bunch of different scents, and it's the Black Label collection from Threshold, which is a Target brand. It smells so good. Anyway, love the show. Bye.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much. I love Target. So Danielle shared a bargain. Now, just a quick rewind. I did ask for very specific homework last week. I went on like a tiny rant. I guess my tiny rants don't really land, so that's fine. I was like, give me weird. Give me quirk.
Soul.
Give me originality.
I even wrote it into the description of the episode. You have new homework. Give us products with soul.
Landed like, what's it called? Like a lead
Fart
balloon.
in church.
Like a fart in church. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I got so many bargains. I also think maybe a lot of people, life is really busy right now. I feel like people aren't quite caught up to the cadence of the podcast, so they're still listening.
It's fine.
I don't know, but we're on to new homework. I'll take your bargains, though. It's
Bargains
fun.
are always in style.
Inflation's still crazy.
Yeah. I realized also that I went for 2 subsequent weeks ranting about inflation, so that's going to stop too. So,
But I think you're not the only one bothered by it. I think a lot of our listeners are feeling the squeeze too.
It's like, you know when you tell a friend the same story twice and then you realize it later and you're like, oh, they were so polite to not say anything.
Oh, I'm the friend who will immediately be like, you already told me that.
But I think I didn't realize I went on the same rant twice.
That's because it resonates so strongly that it deserved it, Jess.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Maybe, and that's also why we're getting so many bargains on the voice.
There you go. You ignored
mailbox.
me last week and you were like, cool. Anyway, here's my Cetaphil. So that's
Cool. I hear you about the soul, but I have a $9.99 rude. Actually, so I already put that in my cart from Danielle because I got some incense from Target. It was really good and I was impressed. I trust our listeners. I love cedar. I'm going to go get that. And I have a reed diffuser in my bathroom. So when that one goes dry, I'll have the one from Target that she just recommended.
I got a nice bargain from an upcoming guest, but I'm going to save it till after the guest is on.
Okay, I like that.
I like you know who I'm talking about too.
Well, so now you have two
celebrity. Big celebrity.
Okay. In the meantime, you have 2 homework assignments. And so whichever speaks to you, we want to hear about it. Whether you have a bargain or a product with soul that really moves you, something indie with a point of view, maybe a women-owned business, maybe a product you can't find anywhere else, something unique. That's what we want to hear about.
Something you found on Instagram that isn't a huge brand. Yeah, something random as hell.
I want to hear about it. And maybe the fact that you guys aren't sending them is because we haven't seen a lot of that lately. And I want to talk about that next week, actually, innovation in the beauty space. I read a little something that I think resonated with me that we shall talk about. But in the meantime, send us your voice memos, info@fatmascara.com, or call us 646-481-8182. I bet you there are a bunch of listeners out there that could probably do the phone number at this point that know it by heart.
I have just a like very, very sieve-like memory.
A number of verse memory.
Number of verse. I don't remember numbers.
Well, what are you going to raise a wand to then, Jess Matlin?
So Jen, years ago, I got the Brookstone foot massager that has the pushing and the kneading and the rolling and the shiatsu.
Oh, that you try out at the mall. Yeah.
Okay, when I was a little girl, we'd go to the Sharper Image, and I thought it was literally like the most amazing store, like Disney World for grown-ups. And I always wanted all the gadgets. And then when I was a grown-up, I was like, oh, I'm getting one. This has paid for itself and like dividends. Okay, if that's the expression. I don't know, whatever. I put it under my desk and I'm like moaning on like conference calls.
Are you doing it right now?
No, because it does make noise.
Okay.
It's like, okay. You know?
Okay.
And it's always mine's like at least 5 years old. So like there are definitely better ones right now. I found one similar on Amazon for about $130.
Also from Brookstone?
It's Brookstone's the brand. The brand. But they have other brands like Homedics.
Oh, the Brookstone Air Pressure is the one that we...
That's the one that's comparable.
Okay.
But wow. If you're having a day or you know you're going to be sitting in Zooms or it's like hibernating time soon, this is a really something that just adds a little cozy to my life. Sometimes I put it on for like an hour. It says not to.
I was like, I have neuromas. They hurt when people hit them at the right spots, but this helps.
So I did actually spend some time, it's like, is massage bad for neuromas? And sometimes, yes, it is. But like I gauge, because, you know, we both have really bad neuromas. I can gauge when it's too much.
Okay. So, but it gives you a good feeling up until there.
Yeah.
Foot massage is the best. Is it comparable to like a person doing it?
Nothing's ever comparable to a real human being.
No, but like the
it.
half-ass one that your husband gives you if you say rub my feet. Like it's better than that, right? No offense, Eric.
No offense to the husbands.
What do? They just like knead their thumb right in the base of the arch and like the one spot really hard. It's like, no, that's not helping anything. Now I have plantar fasciitis on top of it. Thanks, sir. Why do they go for that same spot? So tender. I'm going to do that back to the next person who gives me a bad foot massage. I'm going to do the same thing to them. Like, does this feel good?
I think it's like an intuition. I think women are just different. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to get the Brookstone thing. This is what I want for Hanukkah.
You want the Brookstone one.
This feels like a nice Hanukkah gift. Like,
get it for yourself. Put your favorite beverage. Get your work going.
Oh, so you do it. Can you do it while you're like working on the computer and doing emails? That makes emails
I do
more
it.
fun.
I do it when I'm in meetings.
Does any of your coworkers ever like, what's that sound?
No, it helps me focus.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. I'm into this. Great raise.
It's part of my
Jess.
lifestyle.
Great raise a wand.
Thank you. I wish I could get every listener one.
That would literally be our entire, the revenue we have never even made. That is so beyond our budget. I'm so sorry.
That is my Oprah Winfrey. And you get a Brookstone shiatsu massager. And you get a Brookstone shiatsu massager.
What, did she give away cars?
Yeah, and remember everyone was crying. Honestly, that was like a beautiful thing.
Okay, she gave cars to like a couple hundred people. You want to give a massager to like thousands of people. It's probably the same amount of money. I can't afford it.
I would love to give a Brookstone shiatsu massager to our top 100 most OGs.
Should we reach out to Brookstone? Maybe they'll do a thing with us and we can have a giveaway.
Brookstone,
call
Homedics, if you're listening.
We love you and we want to give your massagers.
This is the relaxation, like de-stress moment that we all need 2023.
Brought to you by Brookstone. I'll brand the shit out of that if they're going to give free massagers to our listeners. Yes, that's a good one. You ready for mine?
Yes.
Okay, so I interviewed this makeup artist, Deanna Meluso. What's up, Deanna?
Yeah, totes.
I think I featured her not on the podcast. Sorry, I interviewed her for my column at New York Magazine's The Cut. Anyway, we were talking about concealer because a reader had written in about having an issue with their concealer and it slip sliding and creasing and all of this. And we were talking about why that might be. Go read the column. I'll link to it. She, of course, mentioned Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage in there. And she mentioned a couple of others. She's like, you know what's really good? Dior Forever Concealer. And I was like, I know I have this concealer. And I remember the first time I tried it thinking, whoa, too much coverage. You know what I mean? Like it was pasty. And what she was saying to me, what the other makeup artists I had interviewed said is that a lot of people are using too much concealer.
So how do you put it on?
How should you?
Yeah.
Like tiny dots and blending, where a lot of people follow what they see on a TikTok video and do the swipe, like a big banana underneath their eye.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's always going to crease if you do that. I think she called it overproducting. I love this. She was like, a lot of people are overproducting.
I like that as
that's
a
a
verb.
fun word. Anyway, a lot of the tips revolved around less is more, which I think we know. But when you see, and you're scrolling on your phone and every video you see, people load it on because they want it to look good on camera and like make an impact. You just automatically do that to your own face when you get in front of the mirror. Well, guess what? That's not how you're supposed to apply concealer. So anyway, I was like, let me pull out the Dior Forever and apply it the way I'm supposed to apply it.
So would you use a brush or like on a blender?
That's the other thing. It comes with one of those like doe foot wand concealers, which sort of tells you the gesture of swiping. Like, okay, I'm going to swipe this on. But you can't use it like that. You should think of it more like a pot concealer and just do like a little dot of it and then start blending out because it is very pigmented and it's almost like a solid formula concealer, but in a liquidy form. Guess what? It's the bee's knees when you use it that way. It's like a full coverage, but if you use it sparingly, you're getting the sheerer natural coverage you want, but with the staying power, with the pigment to hide that purpley under eye. So this is a $40 concealer. Let me tell you, you will not use it up in a year if you use it the way that she was recommending.
I was about to say you're going to have this until like your last breath.
But look at the tube. Like if you did use it the way that it kind of implies you should, like swipe, you wasted the product because it's going to crease.
Well, that's the thing that's hard about it. It's like maybe they should have put it in a squeezy tube.
Or put a smaller doe foot so that it helps tell you. This is the thing I think about some really great products. They have bad packaging. Not bad. They have the wrong componentry.
Misleading.
Yeah. Or mascara. You love the formula, but the brush wasn't quite right. Like you have to match the componentry to the product to get the consumer to understand how great it is. Or maybe everybody else knew and I just didn't know that this doe foot is not meant to be swiped like a big old banana under your eye, but just dot.
No, you're not alone. You're not alone because I would just use it. I would use it exactly like I would flap it down.
And then you'd blend and sheer and swipe it. And then it'd be all over your finger. You'd wipe your finger on who knows where and then call it a day. Well, Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer, Jen Sullivan's shade is 2.5N if you're curious. It's great. Use it sparingly and you'll really, this shit covers the dark circles and that's hard to do, we both know.
Yeah, mine are definitely present. Very cool. That's a good razor wand with a good tip baked in.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's from Deanna Meluso, not from me, but yes. Well, that brings us to the end of our podcast. It was great hanging out with you all for a little bit of time here on a Wednesday. Go get your beauty sleep. Explore your shadow self with fragrance. Send us soulful products, bargains, and we'll see you next week.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
It's your reviews and feedback that help us make the podcast even better. Head over to iTunes to rate and review us or email your thoughts to info@fatmascara.com.
We also want to answer your beauty questions and hear what products you love. To share a Razor One product review or to ask a beauty question, email us at info@fatmascara.
If you send it as a voice memo file, we can even share your voice on the podcast. You can also do that by leaving us a voice message. Our phone number in the United States is 646-481-8182.
Thanks so much for listening.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Ceci.
And I'm Angela.
And we are the hosts of the Bravo Docket.
The Bravo Docket is a chart-topping podcast that you can listen to understand what is actually going on in the lawsuits that are making the headlines. Ceci and I are two practicing attorneys who take our experience and knowledge of the law and apply it to the lawsuits and legal issues involving your favorite celebrities.
Every hour-long episode covers the facts, the law, and the legal tea. People have questions and we answer them. From things like Todd and Julie Chrisley's sentencing to why a trending celebrity was sued. We use our knowledge and experience to help you understand what happened. We explain it all.
So check us out everywhere podcasts are streaming for facts, fun, and Law 101.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.